second opportunity I want to take is that I really want to engage our new board members and respectfully ask for training beyond, what our cabinet can provide to us, right? Because I have done edunomics and I have done CSBA training, I know personally that this is like today, right now, I'm approving what it looks today. And if there is a significant, such as this 55%, that you might consider not voting for this whole budget because of one item, then I think it's important for us to we need to have deep discussions on why. So first of all, the body didn't give direction on to our cabinet at the last meeting. The 55 needs to be corrected, right? I think
the real ownership of this belongs with the board, because we are the folks who have continuously approved out of class positions. We approved a director of federal oversight. We approved a coordinator of, you give me the 1 minute, time's up. We're the ones who keep approving out of class positions that tilt this thing in this direction. And it's staff's responsibility to report the cost of what we keep approving. And so if we don't want to fall short of this, my suggestion, and I am just one person, not giving direction, is that we stop approving out of class positions until we get this under control. Goes in the record. We may adjust it, but this will always be in there on the record. And to a certain extent, this is the message that we send tonight to our classroom employees, as they are. There's a power imbalance between the board and staff. I wish we were in a place where staff could raise some red flags a few months ago and say, hey, you guys, we're not making any progress on this 55 thing. It's actually getting worse, and that's something that, we saw it as a deficit at the second interim. We saw it as a deficit at the first interim. We didn't do anything about it. After seeing that first interim and that second interim, we chose to make some decisions that made it worse. And so it's us as a body that need to have that discipline and that foresight. We'll see what it turns out, exactly where that number falls once those 8% are worked in. Hopefully it goes above, but if we continue to be undisciplined, we're just going to drive it back down again. And so I would encourage us to be conscious, and maybe that's something the business office can help us with, is a running total of where are we on this 55% that comes out every couple of months and says, watch it, board, you're getting close. And so there was that estimate that we saw early in the year about missing the 55% classroom spending by a smidge. I mean, it was reported to us in January or February that it was about 54.96%, that it was off by about $35,000. But when you look at the final for the year that's closing, it was over $1 million that we overspent the out of classroom versus in classroom. I bring that up because we're already projecting to miss it by about $30,000 next year. But based on what we saw last year, where it grew to over $1 million, I'm not confident that the missing it by this much stays at this much and it doesn't grow to something a little bit larger. And I see your hand, Mr. Alarcon, but I am concerned. It's $30,000, which in the scope of the budget is not very much. I'm surprised that couldn't have been adjusted somewhere, put a little bit more money into textbooks, put a little bit more money into this kind of salary, put a little bit more into that, or that just, I'm surprised that we have been given a budget that doesn't meet state requirements.